Hey, welcome to Terranel Designs. I'm Sam Nelson, and each week we redesign an outdoor living space to fit the individual style and needs of the homeowner. I'll walk you through my design process and get you some tips along the way. If you find this video helpful, please take a minute to hit like and subscribe. That really helps. And if you're looking to upgrade your backyard, please head on over to our website, terraneldesigns.com, and click Get Started. All right, let's get to it. Today's design is on a really cool piece of property. It's a little bit more of like a rustic feel. It's got a lot of old trees towards the rear of the property, and it's over an acre of land here. They have a detached garage, an existing deck that's in pretty good shape, and a small concrete patio. On the homeowner's wish list is a wood-burning fire pit area. Fire pit area is great, especially when they're doing some landscaping cleanup, because they can just burn the debris rather than having to bag it or haul it out to the curb. Secondly, they want to kind of clean up their landscaping. They want to add some landscaping beds. They want to bring a little bit more color, a little bit more character, kind of soften up the edges of the existing old trees. And three, they want to plan for the future. So the deck is in good shape right now, but when it comes time to replace that deck, they want to have a plan, and I'll show you a little bit more about that in a minute. So let's take a look at the design. We're going to look at phase 1 first, and I'll show you phase 2 later in the video. All right, welcome back. So as you can see, this is just a really cool property. For the fire pit area, we're going to frame that out as a gravel sitting space. This way it's lower on the budget, so we're not worrying about like a paver space or anything like that, but we're not just sitting on like the grass. It has a really defined area, it looks nice, it looks clean. We'll put some weed mat down so that they're not fighting the weeds all the time. And we have a really cool brick edging wrapped around this space to define it. We use that same brick edging on some landscaping beds. So we encircled some of the older trees in the yard. We have a landscape bed that's going to wrap around the garage and along the driveway and the side of the house. And then for the back of the property, in front of those old trees, rather than just kind of having like a sort of like a janky little edge where there's not a clear definition of where that kind of foresty area begins and the lawn ends, we're going to kind of bring a landscape bed out. We're going to add some additional shrubs and trees to kind of give it some height variance. So we have the big old trees, we have some shrubs and bushes a little bit lower. We're going to have more of a natural curve to that bed so it doesn't feel so clean and manicured. It breaks it up a little bit and kind of goes with that more rustic kind of vibe. Now, for the second phase of this plan, eventually when this deck gets to a certain age and needs boards replacing and to be refinished again, they're probably going to replace it entirely. They want to come down right out of their back door down to a patio. So we'll replace that deck. We'll have some stairs leading right down to a paver patio. We're going to remove that old concrete area. It's not in great shape as is, but we'll have a nice kind of free-form shaped patio. We'll have some earth tones. We're going to use a chunkier flagstone paver. I think you've seen me use that one in the past, but that just has a little bit more of that rustic vibe rather than the clean modern look. I like those flagstone pavers because when they reconfigure the deck into a patio, they can move those flagstones and just kind of reseed or resod in that area without having to rip anything up or major changes. I love this design. Not a lot needed to happen to this property. It's already a really cool space. The fire pit area is going to be great for entertaining, and when they finally do decide that they're tired of the deck, they have a plan in place. So they're not doing double work. They're not ripping out the fire pit area because they didn't plan for that in the future. All right, well, that wraps it up for this week. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If so, please take a minute to hit like and subscribe. That really helps. If you're looking to kick your backyard up a notch, head on over to our website, terranelldesigns.com, and click Get Started. Until next week, I'm Sam, and this is Terranell Design.